if you live in Kuching, Sarawak, you'll know that there's a place called Stapok. There's nothing weird or mysterious about it until we know that it is named after Bukit Stapok, a hill that is described as a little mountain near Batu Kawah area. If there is such a hill visible around the area, it would make sense, except that there is none. So where is Bukit Stapok? Did it ever exist? Or is it hidden somewhere? Or has it just simply vanished? The 2013 Borneo Post opinion piece pleading to save Gunung Serembu before it gets flattened and turned into a quarry site, as was the fate of Bukit Stapok and Gunung Paku. Who took photos of these two mountains? We now know there was indeed a Bukit Stapok and it is spelled differently in various reports, but one thing remains. There is no photo of the hill anywhere. So we started looking from Gunung Serembu itself. This is a historic mountain, as James Brooke himself has had a cottage at the top of the mountain, in which his companions too had been there. So today we could have these. This was drawn by Hiram Williams in 1847, while this was later drawn by Thomas Picken, years later believed to be taken from the same viewpoint at Gunung Serembu. Notice at the east of Kuching, we are curious to see that there are two hills consistently appearing on both drawings, on a site where there's only one Bukit Siol at present. If we reach Bukit Siol from Gunung Serembu along a straight line, we will indeed pass through the vicinity of Stapok. If the hill at the north was Bukit Siol, we can suppose that the second hill at the south was Bukit Stapok, as there are no other hills tall enough within that area. Sure, drawings can be inaccurate, so we look into a more reliable source: photographs. This photo shows the Sarawak General Hospital in 1925. Further towards the horizon stands a hill that is rather unfamiliar. Here appears to be another mysterious hill taken in 1922. For context, Bukit Stapok was 434 feet, which was about 100 feet taller than Bukit Siol, and matches the height of Pyramid Giza. As you can see, it's impossible to be unnoticed. The photos seem to match the description so far, but what about the location of the hills? If we draw yet another straight line towards the hill, the lines converge at the same area, at the same spot, at the same lake. So what happened to Bukit Stapok? We soon found out that the location of the lake is where Bukit Stapok used to be. This is confirmed through various maps of Kuching from 1965 until as early as 1861. What happened to Bukit Stapok was it became a quarry site before it turned into a lake. It's even recorded in this old Bidayuh Pantun, which explicitly says, "Where once stood Bukit Stapok, there is now a quarry." The stones from Bukit Stapok were said to be of high quality materials for roads, buildings, and constructions. What we are seeing right now is an enormous lake, a byproduct of years and decades of mining activities. We really wanted to see how Bukit Stapok looked like, so we decided to go back in time where we know it was still there, hoping that we could find something in the process. 1945, during the end of World War II. The Australian Army flew from Labuan to conduct a series of supply drops to Batu Lintang POW camp in Kuching. What caught our attention is this footage. You see, it is very possible for the army to fly over the POW camp in Batu Lintang in circles, and took a detour somewhere above this Stapok area, which drove them to film this peculiar hill. We geolocated it with what resembles Gunung Santubong in the background. and it matches with our own photograph. Keep this in your memory because soon you will find out that it is no longer there. In other words, we found it, but it is still gone. Bukit Stapok suffered this fate due to development. In an ideal sense, we could have avoided it, but in reality, we also need development. Just think about it. What would the future be for our mountains, hills, and forests? Take as much care as possible before they too suffer the same fate.